12 inches. Unsound fences, structures with roof caving in, burned, deteriorated porches, walls, steps, structures in need of protective treatment, which is paint. Currently, the courts are not allowed to take our property, but this new environmental court will streamline a process to take and sell our property with marketable title to the highest bidder. We believe that's not a coincidence that a large project housing facility is being set up at the same time. A complex to house recently displaced residents right in their backyard, while local government and wealthy developers scoop up land at little to no cost for their future projects. We feel that there are many ways that our city council members can help fulfill the needs of the residents of the Cooper Road community. Programs that support people keeping their homes, increasing home ownership, and in stimulating local business growth. Catalans for Freedom is reaffirming its stance for the rights of all people to own and utilize their property as they see fit. John Adams said it best: the moment the idea is admitted into society that property is not as sacred as the laws of God, anarchy and tyranny commence. Property must be secured, or liberty can't exist. Project housing does not help people secure a piece of American liberty. It's an inhibitor of growth and prosperity for any community. Encourage our city council members to make decisions that are truly in the best interest of their constituents and in the interest of the generations to come.
Well, you did.
Greetings. My name is Shaliri Gamliel. My address is 7401 Louise Street, 71108, and I'd like to voice my opinion about the construction of a housing development on the Cook Road area. Originally, I wrote a 4-page letter expressing my disdain for this proposal. This is my first time doing this, and I found out I'm only allowed 180 seconds to express how something will affect us for generations to come. The first point I'd like to make is how the practice of attempting to rezone in order to build public housing in low-income communities has already been identified as a discriminatory action against poor people. You appear to be helping by building homes, but in reality, you are forcing poor people to live in communities that do not have an adequate level of resources needed to educate their children. The second point I'd like to make is how racism has went extreme miles to make low-income housing appear as a black versus white issue. When you offer low-income housing to the very same people who are not granted the educational and developmental necessities required in order to strive for things like home ownership and generational wealth, it can appear like a black people issue, when in reality, is it a rich versus a poor issue? But again, due to the denial of equal access and opportunity, black people are understanding the ruling party of the poor. While I do sympathize with the need for affordable housing because this city has a homelessness problem that has yet to be acknowledged, this is not the answer. We do not need low-income housing for the long-term healing and nourishment of the area. We demand healthy grocery stores, bookstores, pharmacies, and better educational resources for the poor in the community.
All right, bro. All right, now.
Mayor Robertson.
Good afternoon. My name is Tondra Robertson. I was born and raised on the Cooper Road. I spent 26 years in the military.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
I do
Your
also
address?
protect. Huh?
Your
My address is 2312 Hill Street, right there where you want to build this proposed thing, right? It does a lot. Nevertheless, I 26 year Navy vet. I retired 6 years ago, and I'm now here back in my community because I believe in my community. The proposed project is not all inclusive. Continuing to give affordable housing when the affordable housing already is in the area has not been properly maintained. Most recently, Prince Village and Peach Street have undergone renovations. But what has failed to happen is the improvement of the infrastructure in the community, i.e. streets, drainage, and a number of vacant and condemned homes that are still standing. These conditions are eyesores, and many are willing to do something. Unfortunately, those who have purchased some of these properties for pennies are now in turn turning around and trying to sell them at a 200% inflation, discouraging citizens from purchasing and renovating. Affordable housing benefits who? In the years past, the only housing built was been affordable housing. What about affordable housing that will allow residents to purchase without 15-year requirements? Again, who does affordable housing truly benefit? Those private investors continually condemned in poverty. If anyone should be able to benefit, it should be the citizens and residents of the Cooper Road community. A community in North Jackson, Mississippi, the citizens band together and restored their community. Those who had a little invested a little. Those who had a lot invested a lot. But they all invested their time and their money and their talent. We don't constantly want you to give us stuff. We never have been given a true opportunity to do better. Putting lipstick on a negative woman does not make her pretty. It just makes her colorful. It's still ugly. You want to give us something? Give us an opportunity to stop and stop counting us out. We need to stop zoning and allow our children to stop being allowed to go to other schools. Send them back to Greeno, open Northwood, New Smith back up, open up Pine Grove. Make sure invest in the road that run in front of Greeno, which is going to be by the proposed site as well. Now, I appreciate each and every one of you for giving me this opportunity to speak, but I need each and every one of you to band together and vote in the right, because you're not lining my pocket. I'm very, very successful in what I do, but I need for you to take care of the community of Shreveport, the Cooper Road. God bless you and have a good day.
Brian Williams.
To the mayor, to the council, Councilman Bradford, Chairman, Vice Chair. I'm sorry. I'm Ryan Williams. I just thought everybody knew. I'm sorry. Ryan Williams, owner of 4349 Ridgeway. Every day, I get a chance to wake up and go do something I love to do. But before I got a chance to do that, I proudly served my country in the United States Air Force. If any of you have ever served the country, you know the day you get out, they give you a home of record. And with that home of record, you can pretty much choose where you want to go. Of all places, I chose Shreveport. I didn't choose it on accident, I chose it on purpose. I chose it on purpose for a particular reason, because I knew that if I wanted to make a change, it was going to happen in Shreveport. If I was going to do something good, it was going to happen in Shreveport. Each and every day, I get a chance to go up to Pine Grove and Green Oaks and Lanier and Northside. I get to go to these schools and I get to watch these children that go to these schools. And for someone to stand up here and tell those kids that neighborhood is worthless. They can't move home and they can't buy homes. They can't move back to the neighborhood once they go off and they get degrees and they serve their country and they do great things. That's what you're telling them.
Yes, right.
If this city is going to truly grow, you got to put your young up front.
Right.
That's how you grow. If we're going to be the city that we claim to be, we're going to have to start making some good infrastructure, some good changes, not in areas that are deemed flood zones, where you have to tell the people that are going to live there they got to get flood insurance.
Come on.
Those are the things that we're not talking about. Those are the things that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
I see a lot of my elders behind me. When I was a kid, I don't remember leaving the Cooper Road. When I got sick, I went to David Raines. When I got hungry, I went to Lomar.
All right.
When I wanted an education, I went to Northside, Lanier, and Green Oaks.
Yes.
I've been able to compete with people all across the world because of where I come from. The neighborhood that raised me, the neighborhood that has given me everything that you see in front of you today. There are little boys and girls in that community right now that want the same opportunity, that want the same change. You have the opportunity to continue to give them that. But putting something in a neighborhood that's going to disenfranchise them for years and years to come, that's going to set them back and not push them forward, is going to hurt them way more than it's going to help them. If you're about giving chance and you're about giving opportunities, you got to make a good decision. This isn't about me. My life is made. It's about those little boys and girls that's getting out of school and that's walking down those streets and says that when I grow up, I want to live right here. I want to move right here. I want to this is where I want to be. Those are the ones we're fighting for. Those are the ones we're building a future for. And it's not for lease and it's not for rent. It's for sale. So if you want to put something in our community, put up some for sale signs. I came home with no home to buy. Let's change that, Mr. Bradford. Let's make a difference. Let's do something better than what was done for us. That's what the future's about.
Amen.
Randy Rasmussen. Sorry for mispronouncing that.
Randy Rasmussen, 4904 Albany Road. Mr. Bradford brought this real estate lady up here that was speaking. I wish I could put this picture up that I took when I drove down Audrey Lane. Apparently she took a wrong turn. This street has got a lot of homes that are less than 10 years old from what I could see. Some older homes that are very well kept, a very nice neighborhood. Why in the world would you want to build an apartment complex, which is spot zoning? I mean, if you want to build an apartment complex, build it where it's already zoned for it. There's plenty of land available. I was looking at the case that was brought before the MPC. There were 6 owners listed as owning this property. One of them is from West Shreveport. One of them is from Pt2, Louisiana. The other 4 are from Los Angeles area.
Yeah.
I don't get it. When this was brought before the MPC staff recommended to deny this zoning change because it was spot zoning. It doesn't belong in this neighborhood. But apparently Mr. Bradford got up, did a very nice speech to him, and he convinced them to vote to recommend for it. Which I'm like, I don't get that. You know, if you just look at the neighborhood, just drive down the street. I mean, it's a nice neighborhood. I was really surprised, to be honest. I wasn't expecting to find such a nice neighborhood over there, but it is. And these folks work hard, and a lot of them probably aren't here because they're probably at work. Because the houses looked like they were lower entry-level type houses. They were nice houses, don't get me wrong. But they were probably on the clock somewhere, couldn't leave, come up here and tell y'all, don't do this. I hope I'm here speaking for some of them, because when I looked at the whole case and through the MPC head, it just made me mad. Shreveport can do better than this. Amen. We need people to be able to buy a house. Yes, as the real estate lady stated, it's probably more difficult in that area. But you mentioned some other programs that are available. There's a lot of that can help that. The city council can help that by denying putting more apartments there. Because if you put apartments there, there's only X number of people who live in Shreveport. Well, that's going to mean they're moving from somewhere else, another apartment probably. Amen. And then that gets dilapidated because there's nobody living there. So, please speak for these people, and please deny this spot zoning. There's nothing but spot zoning. Somebody's getting the pocket full somewhere. I don't know.
Robert Thomas.
Honorable Mayor, Council, I know we need 3 minutes. I'm just keep it real.
Thomas, you still have to give your address.
2035 Ice Cream Street, 71107. I'm just keep it real. You all's job is to do the will of the people. Not the other way around. As you can see, the consensus of the people of the Cooper Road is we don't want this. We will hold everybody accountable for their vote. We don't want this on the Cooper Road. Let's do something to bring home ownership, generational wealth. Try it. And do y'all realize that if you create home ownership, that'll help alleviate the crimes? Because people will be more willing to protect their homes in their neighborhood if they own it. Nobody gets any money off an apartment but the Negroes who are trying to pull this scam. And I'm calling for what it is. That's a scam. Half the people that's here that will try to convince you all to do it don't even live on a crooked road. Yes. So we're not playing with it, and we're not playing with you all. You all's will is to do the will of you all's job is to do what we want you all to do, not the other way around. We don't pay you all to do what you all want to do. We pay you all to do what it is the people of Cooper Road want, and the Cooper Road don't want it. Y'all be blessed.
Joyce Smith. My name
Joyce Beth, and I live at 2737 Jones Baker Road. I grew up on the Cooper Road, and as time progressed, I moved. I'm back living on the Cooper Road. My issue is, the process was not done right. We were told that they had sent out letters to property owners, about 5 that don't even live in the state anymore. And so you looking at, nobody knew what was going on. You cannot put something in a person's community on 5 people's own property. That's just not the right thing to do. We have to, the first thing we should do, clean up before we build up. We got more dilapidated houses on the Cooper Road than anywhere in the city of Shreveport. Those houses can be refurbished, and people will buy. It is proven that people take better care of their own house than they would an apartment. If you give them affordable house, no, they're not going to be able to afford those $1,000 a month rent. Well, you have to realize what the minimum wage is. But when you, I don't know if anybody remember, if I don't say the name properly, y'all know who I'm talking about. The apartments in Chicago, Capri Dream, how much violence it was. When you put a lot of people together, you put violence together. And I'm not saying that you put a lot of black people so-called violence. We got enough violence on the Cooper Road. The problem, take some of those liquor stores off those corners.
Yes, yes.
That's where all the ruckus is coming from. You don't, the kids don't have anything up there. And if you went to school and got your degree, you're not gonna wanna move into Cooper Road. But if you put some affordable houses, other people will start moving back. My daughter went to school. She got a bachelor's and 2 masters. She wants to invest in the Cooper Road. If you take that money and invest in the Cooper Road, everybody will be happy. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Margaret Muhammad. When he's on his way up, I'm going to take a minute. A few of these slips came in a little late, but there are a lot of people, new faces to me, so I wanted to go ahead and let everyone get a chance to speak. But normally we don't take any slips after 3 p.m. I just want people watching at home and here in the audience to know that.
It's Marvin Muhammad, 6260 Greenwood Road. I'm glad to have a lot of my Cooper Roadian cohorts here today because city government this is just something that we should come to when it's personal. It should be something that we come to, that we engage every day. Oftentimes we vote and we need the rest of everything else. But today's $22 million development is a symptom of neglect. It's a symptom of our abandonment, of which we say we love. Most of us who are spoke to today, we don't live on the Cooper Road. That's not to say that we don't love the Cooper Road, but we have abandoned our mother. And now we visit the old folks' home, and we see that our mother hasn't been turned and she has bed sores. We haven't visited the old folks' home, and she has fallen and broken her hip, and now we're mad, and now we want to talk and holler and shout at the director of nursing. We haven't visited the nursing home, but we now come to visit our mother, and we see that she's laying in her urine. We cannot be this way, and now we're upset. We have been asking for the last 2 or 3 months for a fair housing ordinance in the city of Shreveport. We have been asking the administration and this council to approve empowered neighborhood zones. Under the fair housing ordinance, we say we need to put a moratorium on rental properties. Most of the rental properties in the MLK community are slum houses that are being priced out. But this price is just ridiculous. $800, $900. I know for a fact. We need a fair housing ordinance in the city of Shreveport. We need to put a moratorium on rental property in areas where there's underserved. Why? Because then we become victims of the bloodsuckers of the poor. They don't care. They just rent the properties out. 75% of the houses, 80% of the houses in the MLK community are rental properties. That's where we are today. Slum houses, and that's why we're here today. We're going to also to enforce regulations to improve housing conditions on the Cooper Road. We're going to ask the administration to develop a housing authority development committee board that would legislate and enforce policies to ensure that landowners do not take advantage of those who are literally at their disposal because they can't go in the wells. So, and if I could just end with this, Council woman. Thank you. And let me say this here: whether $22 million development goes up and down, then we have Wednesday morning. Then what?
I think we had a good day because everyone was adhering to their time.
Okay, I'll be here tomorrow. Thank you.
Ms. Lola Lawson.
Hold on, let me get Miss Lola. Real quick.
Good afternoon. My name is Lola Lawson. I'm at 1767 Jesse Orange Street. And I came to talk about, ask you all to add a street to your street proposal that you're all doing. I'm asking that you would add Thomas E. Howard Drive.
Right in front of Green
To
Oak.
that. I am the PTSA president at Green Oaks, and I'm often driving up and down that road. That road is so raggedy. Holes everywhere. They had some guys out there 2 weeks ago just filling in some of the little ruts, and the ruts are even terrible looking. We have people coming to Green Oaks, and they have to drive on this raggedy, torn up street to get to the school. The school is beautiful. Then I asked also that they have, when you're leaving the school, going towards the Kings Oak subdivision, it's trees that hang in the street, covers the street, and covers the lighting. They have kids walking from the school at night. It's dark up there, and it's very, very dangerous for those kids, especially the young ladies, walking home from the events at the school. I have several times stopped, picked them up, and took them home because I'm afraid for those little girls walking down the street. So I'm asking that you all would maybe if you take one of these other streets that's not in a terrible condition and fix Thomas E. Howard. Maybe also put some sidewalks so the kids walking home won't get hit by cars that's driving up and down that road. And if you had time, I wish that all of you all could just go on the Cooper Road, drive on that street, and see how that street looks. That street is in the front of the heart of our community. It's in the heart of, that's the street that Green Oak sits on. And it's the place that our kids that goes to middle and high school has to go and walk to and from school every day. So I'm asking that y'all would take some of the money that's proposed for some of the other streets or maybe and fix that street, maybe put the sidewalks in it, get the city up there, to cut down some of those trees, fix the lighting so that those kids can see when they walk home, because everybody up there does not have a car. Some of the kids have to walk, or they won't come to the events if they didn't have a way there. So I'm just asking you all to maybe look into that and see if y'all can fix Thomas E. Howard Street.